Hey guys, I can't even believe I'm running out of the house like this. I have on what is technically what I consider my pajamas, but I'm like escaping from the house for a few minutes. I spent all day cooking. It's the afternoon now and I have to go run a quick errand. And I thought I'm just going to run into Lowe's and see what kind of supplies they might have. And so I thought I'd bring you along with me. So let's go shopping at Lowe's. I'm grabbing a cart. I just popped my head in and I didn't got some stuff back there, so I'm gonna be prepared. You know what? Of course I grabbed the wonky cart with the wacky wheel. Oh my gosh. Look at this though. Oh my gosh. This to me is like seeing Christmas trees out. Let's have a look and see what they've got. All right, so seed starting mix. But you know what, you guys? This year I'm doing cocoa core with sphagnum peat moss and some perlite. So let's see a price on this. So no price. I'll have to find it. Let's check out some seeds. Oh, let's see what we have here. Oh, they have grow lights. Check out the grow light prices. I'm going to grab an extra one of those. Heat mats, herb garden grow kit. Yeah, we talked about this. This is not, you don't need to buy that. Don't buy that. Look at all the seed varieties. Some potting mix. So the potting mix, okay, so that seed starter mix I showed you is $6.98 here at Lowe's. But the potting mix is another price. That must be somewhere else. So you got to pay attention. I actually came here today. Oh, thank God that went off. So this here is what I'm grabbing today. This is what I came for. I don't really love these things, but because I'm starting so many annual flower trays this year, I'm just going to go ahead and get these. Let me find a price. All right, so I'm still looking for a price on all this stuff, you guys. These Pro Hex kits, the quality changed this year. The tray that's underneath of it is in a much more flimsy material, and it does come, you know, with the dome on it and everything. But you know, I'm not going to plan on getting more than a season or two out of these things. So they have that available here. They're calling this a greenhouse kit because it has, it comes with the little cocoa core pellets that you can put in that are made of peat moss. And then they have that variety, and then they have a self-watering one down here, which is much larger. So they also have some pea pellets. And I feel, you know, I'm like, why are there no prices out? So let me continue looking around. I grabbed 3 of these to start off with. So you can see it's here's the cells, there's the little dome, and here's your little water trays under it. So this is 3 pieces. Okay, so I think I'm going to go ahead and grab one of these grow lights. And I have one of these already. These are made to fit over these starter trays. And it did okay for me last year. It really helped out early in the morning and on gray days. So I'm going to grab one of these, and I'm probably going to have to give you the prices when I get home, because I think I got here before all this stuff has labels. I can't find prices for anything. So there's not a tremendous amount of stuff out. This is new. Mushroom grow kit. Gotta find prices. I hate going to the register with no price. Something I just noticed, you guys, look, $1.99 for this pack of seeds. It tells you by weight, 150 micrograms or milligrams, micrograms probably. But it doesn't really tell you approximately how many seeds are in here. It doesn't feel like there's many. So yeah, I'm thinking we'll get a better deal when we buy from our online people like M.I. Gardener's at price. I'm certain he would send more seeds out than that. But these prices aren't bad, but there's just not a lot of seeds in there. Lots of flowers available though from Ferry and Morse. Looks like they're bringing out patio items as well. Torch wicks and cute little lights and some backyard off. $9.98. $10.48 for the cutter. Or you can just get a bucket of this stuff for $5.28. Looks like they have some of the Jiffy pots out, some different types of fertilizers and vitamins and things of that sort. But again, there's not a single price tag out for any of this stuff. So I'm really gonna have to go searching. That is very frustrating. And I'll bet you for 25 pieces for these plant labels that this is probably more than the $7 I paid from Amazon for several hundred. These do look to be nice and thick, but you know, do your research first before. I'm going to get a better look at these things when I go home to tell you if I think that the Ferry and Morse brand could be of better quality. And they might be a little bit thicker than the ones I got from Amazon, but I'll bet they're at least twice the price. Lots of tomatoes. Oh, that generator keeps scaring me. $1.99. These are not the organic ones though. I don't really remember seeing this many tomato seeds available before from this brand. So this is encouraging that this is at least available on some level. I just don't know what quality we're gonna have. Even I've never seen a Cherokee purple out here in a pack, but maybe I just never looked hard enough. Black creme, just really nice. There's also this brand here, and it looks like all organic garden seeds are $2.99 regardless of what you pick. And they do have a pretty big variety of things here, which I think are interesting. But I think we could probably do better as far as the quantity of seeds that we would get. And then it says, okay, garden, oh, so the bigger packs are $8.99. Wow. For the garden collection. So, but it looks like they have some interesting varieties. So, worth looking at if you guys come to Lowe's. So, I find all of this to be pretty interesting. And of course I came at a time where I'm pressed for time, so I really can't hang out here and look at all this stuff that closely. Well, I didn't get off so easy here at Lowe's. I still spent $69 and only got a couple things, but I was a little sticker shock at the price of the bulb when I got it at the register, because there were no tags anywhere. So I'll show you what I got when I get home. Yeah, so some stuff was like pretty expensive. The T5 Grow Light from Ferry and Morse went up to $46.98 this year. And I think last year I may have paid $32, maybe $36. And you know what? Actually what happened was I paid $32 for it. That's right. I got it home and realized that the bulb was broke. So I brought it back the next day. And don't you know, the price went up by $4 the next day. And they don't do an exchange here at Lowe's. They do a return and they give you your money back. And I had to buy it all over again and they wouldn't match the price. So that's what happened with that. So the fact that it went up to $46.98 I think is pretty shocking. I also bought a bunch of the, I bought 3 of the Pro Hex trays and they were $5.98 a piece. So I only grabbed a few things, but, you know, it's a good start. Now I already have my soil at home. Well, it's not the soil. It's like I said, I'm going to mix my own. We already have a big giant bag of peat moss. So you can buy those little tiny bags. by, I think they were by Miracle Grow. But if you have a garden and you're going to use peat moss in your garden and you buy the big bricks of it, you can just use that and mix your, that was something I didn't see in there, was there was no perlite. So they did have some the last time we were here. So I think everything is selling out. And, you know, total side note, today I saw a post, I think it was on Baker Creek, the Baker Creek Facebook forum page. There was a message there from their general manager saying that they got hit with a snowstorm. All of their orders are going to be completely delayed because they just can't get their people into fulfillment. I know MI Gardner's running behind. So there were a ton of tomato varieties in here at Lowe's, though, for the Ferry and Morse brand. I'm really surprised. Maybe I never looked, because I usually, you know, for years and years bought the Bonnie starter plants of the Park Whoppers, and just recently I started buying tomatoes from seed over the last couple of years, and I just started buying those from Baker Creek. I never looked at these varieties before. So if you're out about and you're at Lowe's, you might want to check it out while everything is fresh. It does seem like this a little early that they're putting stuff out, but I just think there's a mad rush for it. They didn't have any at this Lowe's here, and I'm in Hainesport, New Jersey, and they didn't have any type of fertilizer that would be for seedlings or up potting or anything like that. So I think I'm probably going to have to buy that online. But I need to get started, you know, and I will tell you in a whole different story outside of this video that I am having serious problems getting motivated this year. But something I did want to talk to you about really, really quickly here before I forget is that I've been having some conversations with folks online about our videos. Number one, thank you so much to everyone who is subscribing to us. It means the world to us. We love hearing feedback that you want to see more content from us. It means the world to us. So we're trying the best we can to get good content out to you guys with a lot of facts. And one of the things I want you to know is we don't have all of the answers. We are proven gardeners. We have been growing things successfully for several years now. We've been growing for 9 years in the property that we're in now. But the thing is, we're not really here to give you all the answers or try to give you a complete tutorial on what it is, you know, what we're doing and saying that this is the way it has to be done. We're telling you what works for us and what has worked for us in the past and why we think you might want to try it that way. But we don't have all of the answers. And there's plenty of things that I'm still discovering as we go along. So this year I am hell-bent on germinating seeds more thoroughly, on getting my plants started much healthier, and making sure that I don't run into blossom end rot this year. And I'm starting to question, has the blossom end rot been because of something I've been doing as I'm starting my seedlings? Is it something in our soil? Is it something that in the water? Am I not watering enough? You know, we've had a few harsh summers here. But I think what it comes down to is I'm going to work even harder to get out more healthy seedlings this year. So it's giving me a little fear of failure. And I'm saying that as a seasoned gardener. So, but we can't let fear stop us, you guys. These are a few seeds. We're going to get it into the dirt and we're going to do better so that this time next year, I will be telling you, this is what I did, this is what I changed, and ultimately, pretty soon you're going to be seeing the results of what it is that we're planting. So we're pretty excited. But now I'm actually motivated to get into the greenhouse now that we have the door fixed and everything. And oh yeah, so I went off track. So before I go too far away from this topic, we've been talking to people commenting, you know, on our videos, and someone started asking questions about the greenhouse at Costco, the Artistry Cedar Greenhouse. Now, you know, if you are in a conversation with me and you're watching this now, here's what I really want you to know, and I want anyone who's getting ready to buy this greenhouse to know. This is not a structure that you want to take lightly. You don't want to take it apart at the store and pile it into your car because the boxes are too big. Please don't do that. You will be so sorry if you do that. This is a cedar greenhouse, and it's a beautiful finish. You don't want to chip it up. It does chip easily and it shreds easily. So before any of you run out and buy this structure, The thing that you have to remember is you have to be ready. You have to have a plan in place. Don't just rush out and buy this. So you have to know where you're going to put it in your yard. You want a sun map. You want to know what your orientation is going to be. Are you going to have enough room? What are you constructing it on? You need to know what your foundation is going to be like, and you have to build a base. There is pieces that are referred to in the box as base wood, but it's not the base of the structure. Okay, you need to do that with pressure treated timbers at a minimum. And again, go back through our videos. We use 4x4s and 4x6s for this because you don't want this to blow away. We're in climate change, you guys. The winds here have been crazy in New Jersey. We're kind of in a tornado zone now. I don't know if that's really official or not, but and if you go back even further through our videos and you see me talking about that Craftsman that resin shed, we learned our lesson with that. We batten down the hatches with anything that we construct now. So with this Yardistry greenhouse, you want to have a sturdy base that is getting mounted to the ground, okay? We did it with rebar by driving it in opposing directions. So some goes in at this angle and some goes in at that angle. We did a demonstration for you. There was a question about knowing what was in all of the boxes. There are 2 very heavy boxes with this. They all have random pieces of wood that all get screwed together. This is a kit. So everything is going to require a tool. It's going to require a level. It's going to require time and patience. And the more planned you are, the easier this thing will go up. Because if you rush it and you try to pull this thing home in a car, you're most likely going to be sorry. Now here's something that happens to wood with these type of pieces. Wood twists and wood warps. Now these are all packed really, really tight into this box in a system that keeps them tight and as straight as they can possibly be. The pieces that we got, not saying that this is what everyone is getting, we had a tremendous amount of warped and twisted pieces. If you take them out of their packing and you let them just sit loose somewhere because you're not ready, the probability of this wood twisting and warping even further is very great. So you don't want to just go rushing into this, you guys. Please don't. If you're looking at our videos, take your time with this Yardistry greenhouse. Do I recommend it? I can't really totally say at this point, but because we paid like $1,800 for it online, I had said in my last video, they went ahead and reimbursed us for the $13.89, I think it is today, on the floor at Costco. But I want you to keep in mind, it's probably on sale online as well. Now, before you rush out, if you can't get anybody to help you lift these boxes and you want to run to the store and it's in stock in your local Costco, you can always have it delivered. When you have it delivered online, they ship it to you in a carrier, by a carrier truck. It comes in a big truck. Now, even these delivery people need to bring this thing down on a lift gate. Now, this is no joke, these 2 boxes. So if you are going to struggle with getting it home, you're most likely going to struggle with moving it from your curbside delivery. It's a curbside delivery back to the edge of your property where you're going to go ahead and install this. You want to make sure you're far away from any zoning issues, that you're at least 10 feet away from a fence line. You want to have it accessible to water and electricity if you want to run those things in there. There's a lot of questions about this. I'm happy to answer any questions that you might have. Just please leave a comment below still, or you can go back to the Yardistry. We did a whole playlist for you guys. So anyway, I just get upset when I see that people who are not prepared to handle a structure like this rush out and buy it, and then your heart gets broken, because it's no joke. You might have a bad back. You might have a bunch of kids running around. Your ground's not ready. You have to do inventory. And if your base and your foundation are not ready and you start rifling through this box, you're going to have to repack the box. You have to do this anyway, you guys, because after you do inventory, you may realize that some of your parts could be damaged and you have to reorder them, which, by the way, Yardistry will send to you promptly. So you want to call them promptly. So you may have a delay in that. The more inventory you do in advance, the day that installation comes will be better. I have so much that I can tell you about this. I don't know if I recommend it yet. I haven't actually started growing in it. but I think I'm going to be able to grow. I think I'm going to be able to recommend it. I think so. The only question we have at this point, now getting past our structural problems, is keeping temperature. Now, ours is warped so bad that we can't have the automatic vent opener that comes with it installed because the vent roof gets stuck. So we had to go ahead and put a manual hinge on that with a rope so I can pull it down tight because of the warped wood issue. So these are all things that you're going to want to look out for. But here's something I want you to take home before I end this part of the conversation. If you go ahead and you start to build this thing, and then you discover that you have warped pieces midway, the most dangerous part of having a structure up like this is having 3 walls up or even 4 walls and no door, knowing that you might have to wait for parts and a storm comes. A good wind will get in there and wipe it out on you. So if you have your polycarbonate in. So you want, as you're installing this, you want to make sure you're going to be able to lock it down and enclose it because wind will destroy it. So, and you want to make sure that you're in a part of the country where it's not too cold to use the silicone caulk that has to go inside of your polycarbonate panels. So take your time, guys. Please take your time with this, especially if you've never built anything before. So anyway, I'm going to take a ride over and see what kind of donation bins are here in the Lowe's parking lot because I have a huge bag of beautiful, very gently used clothing that I'm going to give away today, and I'm going to take a ride and do that, and then we'll go home and we'll look at the few things that I bought. All right, so let's see. We have the New Jersey Association of School Resource Officers. So clothing and shoe drops. So I'm just going to go ahead and drop this off here and hope that it falls into the hands of someone that really needs it. All right, so quick recap. Here is the grow light that I got, again at Lowe's, and this was almost 47 bucks. And these are the trays for $5.98. So these lights are meant to fit over these trays, and this does require a little bit of assembly. These are not the best lights, but they did really make a difference last year. So perfect for seedlings, over 10,000 hours of bulb life. So I just don't understand why they would hike the price up on this. So it's like, what is driving up the price on this type of a bulb? I'm sure it can be had probably in a cheaper way. And then this Pro Hex kit was $5.98. And these are good. It's a 3-tray system. It's your watering tray, your cells, and then there's a clear plastic dome in there. This really got cheap this year though, you guys, so don't expect too much from this for $6. So like I said, I only got it because I'm starting a tremendous amount of annuals this year, so that's that. So I thought Lowe's had a decent amount of stuff out. Clearly they're just getting started. There's not, it's not a tremendous amount, but your seedling stuff is there. There's, like I said, there's no fertilizer, and this is in the Hainesport of New Jersey store. So usually, if you're in this area, all the stores pretty much have the same stuff. Unless you're in a warmer zone, then you may find that they're getting some stuff in at the same time. Or a little bit sooner, I should say. So anyway, at least I got my things. I know now that I'm motivated to get out into the greenhouse and get my longer germination seedlings into the trays, things like vinca. I'm going to start, and some lupins anyway. So tomorrow we're going to Costco, and I'm going to bring you along with me. So I'll see you in the next video. Wow, look at this beautiful sunset. It's just around 5 o'clock here. It's the end of January, and I was just at the kitchen sink cleaning up dishes and stuff, and look at this sky. I mean, it's just glorious over the backyard garden. I'm starting to feel the urge now to get out there and get into the greenhouse and get these gardens started. Farmer John was down here today weeding everything, so it's almost time, you guys. Oh, look, you can actually see the sun setting on the other side of the trees. Really gorgeous.